Family, welcome back to my channel, Waking Butterfly Readings. Much love to you all, much love. As you see, I am doing a reading on, yes, finally, I'm doing a reading on Zayn, Malik, and Harry Styles. They was a part of this boy band called One Direction, okay? I didn't know too much about it, but I have people who check my channel out and they see I do a lot of readings on, celebrities. I do all kind of readings, but I definitely do readings on celebrities as well. And they wanted me to do a reading on Zayn and Harry. I did two readings on Zayn. I did one actually on Zayn, and I did one with him, his relationship with Gigi, the young lady that he has a child with. But anyway, this person right here said, "Oh, please do a reading on Harry Styles and Zayn Malik reading." And a host of others kept pushing me to do this. So anyway, I decided to go ahead on, and get it over with. I'm the kind of person, I honor my word. But after this, I would not do another reading, okay? I would not do another reading on Zayn. I've done enough on Zayn, okay? So anyway, this is for you guys. This is for you guys who wants a reading on Zayn. Now, whatever you hear is going to be allegedly, as well as this is for entertainment purpose only. Please like, share, and subscribe. This helps my channel. I appreciate you. I thank you. One love. So basically, I want to get an idea about Zayn and Malik. Okay, there's rumors out there. I heard the rumors, because I definitely had to do my research as well. You know, I seen many pictures of Zayn, but I want to get an idea who Harry is. And I came across some pictures on Google, Harry and Zayn together. I'm trying to get a feel for these two. So as you see, I have five cards laid out already. And I wanted to know the theme. I wanted to know the theme of their relationship. Okay, or should I say their past relationship? This was like during the time when they were like in a group together. So I pretty much, wanted to get an idea of a theme of how that relationship was. Okay. Now these cards are not in order. They're not in order. But let me just share this with you, family, if you don't mind. Okay. Maybe you have ears to hear. These are my tarot deck cards, and then I'm going to go into the relationship card to dig a little deep. I want to find out why did they break up. What was the culprit of the heartache? As far as them going their separate ways. Okay. So I know many of you have like additional, questions, why this, why that. I tell you what, for those of you who have additional questions, email me. Also, send your sister a donation. Email me your question and I will give you an answer. Okay. And your donation can be as simple anywhere from $3 on up. Okay. That's to me your way of saying I appreciate you and thank you. Okay. Sharing is caring. And I have no problem with answering many of your questions. But this is a job, and spiritual work is draining. Let me just say that. So anyway, I want to know the theme of their relationship. The first card is balance. So when it comes to Harry and Zayn, while they were in the group together, okay, and they got real, real close, there was definitely balance and harmony between those two. All right, there was definitely balance and harmony. Right here is heartache and loss. What I'm getting from this card right here, and I want to know the actual theme of the relationship. I sense this was pretty much Harry feeling this right here. This is pretty much when Zayn and Harry with their separate ways. Not so much of, and it could have a lot to do with also. Zayn leaving the group as well. But this is Harry feeling this, okay? What we're looking for is a theme of that relationship between these two. I'm sensing Harry was feeling heartache and loss. This right here is upside down. Upward, this is recognition and reward. Okay? Recognition and reward. But it's upside down. And since it's upside down, it has additional meaning. I want to read up on this card. May you have ears to hear, family. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's time of recognition for a complete project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pay yourself on the back. You deserve it. Now, yeah, had this been upward, it would represent this right here, but it was upside down. So let's continue. Let's continue with this message. This card also comes for to represent a family or a group of people coming together for, coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving towards a common goal. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. Did you hear that? So basically, this card also represents, it says a group, okay, or people coming together, all right, aiming towards what? A common goal. And I also say accept the help that's being offered. Accept the help that's being offered, okay? So you might say, well, is it Harry that needs to accept the help that's being offered? Or is it Zane that needs to accept the help that's being offered? I don't know about many of you, but I've done my homework. I've watched videos of these two, and it seemed like Harry was always the one that was comforting Zane. Okay? I pick up on Zane was full of anxiety, probably a little stage fear. Okay? But I also pick up on the fact that when Zane would go into this, I'm going to say it, a little fear based mode, feeling anxiety. Harry would always kick in and comfort him. All right. I know the little things that he would do. So when it comes to this right here being upside down, I look at this as, Zane was the one that needs to accept help that was offered to him. I let many of you be the judge on that. I just since I've been checking these two out, I never really saw Zane being the one walking up to Harry, and comforting him. I will always see Harry doing Zane like that, you know, giving him those, what guys do when they do like this, you know, and put his arms around him. I will always see that coming from Harry. Okay. The next card is upside down. Now, as I said, I wanted to know the theme of that relationship. This is upside down. Had it been upward, this is trapped in fear. Okay? This is someone who's actually trapped in fear. You see, they have been abducted and they are behind a cage. Okay, are they in some type of room and they can't get out? But this is upside down. I'm going to read up on this card so many of you can receive clarity. Because, like I said, I wanted to know the theme of that relationship. And I want many of you to receive clarity. This is someone who's trapped in fear mentally. Okay? This card reveals that it is actually your own fears that has you immobilized and trapped, preventing you from making decisions or choices. You are the one who's holding yourself prisoner or hostage. And in order to continue your journey, you must first face your fears so that new people and conditions can manifest. Many individuals choose. I'm sorry, family, I lost my place. Hold up. Many individuals choose this place because they can't see the road ahead. Okay? They feel a misguided sense of safety there, or they're afraid of starting something new, but staying will only add to your level of stress and anxiety and create adverse effects in your physical body. Seek out wise counsel for assistance. You don't have to do this alone, but know that you possess all the tools that you need for to free yourself. You're forgetting how strong you really are. This period will end when you use your mind to cut through the limitation caused by your emotion, and that is Zane. Okay, so in their relationship, I wanted to know the theme. This is Zane right here. We all know that he was dealing with, okay, like a mental conflict. He was dealing with stress and anxiety. Okay, and Harriet was, from what I was seeing, and also what I'm picking up in these cards because I'm not finished, was the one that was pretty much, you know, his emotional crutch. Let me just say that. Right here, the theme between these two, they both had a spiritual union. They had a bond. I like to read up on this card real quick, family. I just had it a few minutes ago. Hold on. All right, family. Zane and Harry had a spiritual bond. I mean, they definitely had, harmony. Let me just say that. This card deals with relationships involving an emotional bond, okay? It could be between new lovers, kindred souls, family members, friends, business associates, or partners. This card would be the perfect time to realize that all relationships are really about you. Notice when you interact with different people in your life. Are they giving you energy or taking it away? Is there an even exchange? There should be an equal balance between giving and receiving energy. There should be a equal balance of giving and receiving energy. The theme of the relationship that Harry and Zane had was they had an equal balance of giving and receiving of energy. There was no one doing more than the other, okay? Even though Zane wasn't really showing it as much, as far as the way Harry would comfort him and he would comfort Harriet. I'm sure, behind the scenes, let me just say that, okay? I'm sure behind the scenes he was doing that. Or to the best of his effort, he was doing it. Let me just say that. But they definitely had a spiritual union, a emotional bond, okay? But even looking at this, Zane was still the one that had issues, and Harry was his emotional crutch. Let me just say that. Harry pretty much like balanced Zane, okay? If you know what I'm talking about. I'd admit if you be the judge when it comes to that. And let me say this real quick too, because I was also picking up on the fact that, and I'm going to say it, I'm picking up on this, when it came to this relationship, I'm picking up still that Harry was the most invested in this relationship more than Zane. This is what I'm picking up for whatever reason. Not saying that Zane wasn't really into Harry, but what I'm saying is sometimes I was one more into the other, if you know what I mean. Um, I'm just sensing that they were in a certain timeline, okay, while they were together. it seemed like from what I'm picking up, Harry was the one that was mostly emotionally. Let me just say it like that, emotionally invested. Because this right here is the heartache card, and when I see this card, I think about Harry. Okay, Harry is a very emotional person, and also I pick up on him. He could be maybe an empath too. He feels deeply, and he's very quick to pick up on Zane emotions. Okay, because I noticed this when I watched the video of these two. He's very observant. He's very observant, and someone that he cares about. He pays attention to their emotions and at the end of the day, this was Harry right here, okay? Heartbreaking loss. Not saying that Zane, wasn't feeling any type of heartaching loss either. But I pick up mostly, from the perspective of Harry more than Zane. Let me just say that. Okay. And this card is upside down. You can also look at it also lack of recognition. Okay. For many of you, but I let many of you be the judge on that. Um, I'm learning about this band and about these guys, by just doing my research, watching the videos of them performing. But I still don't know that much about the band, the group, or even about Zayn and Harry if I don't fact check as far as doing the spiritual work and meditating on them. Other than that, I wouldn't know anything. But many of you watch them, you follow them, you know more what's going on than I do. May you receive some clarity as well as confirmation. Okay, what these cards are saying. All right, family. I'm setting my attention. I'm setting my attention. I want to know when it comes to that relationship of Zayn and Harry, what was the catalyst? What was the catalyst? What jumped off in that relationship? It caused these two to go their separate ways. What jumped off in this relationship that caused these two to go their separate ways? Why did Harry and Zayn go their separate ways? What caused them to break up? Why did Harry and Zayn go their separate ways? What caused them to break up? And family, I don't know what maybe one of you can jot it down in the comment section. What is Zayn's religious background? I feel like for some reason that plays a big part. I wonder what his background is, and also what his Zayn background is. Period. As far as his culture, what is his background? 'Cause I feel like I don't know why I feel like that plays a big part in why he's the way he is. Because the more I'm just doing these cards, I'm picking up on Zayn a lot. He come off very mm, he come off to me very secretive, and he holds a lot in. He really do. So I'm setting my attention. What was the catalyst that caused Zayn and Harry for them to go their separate ways. Why did they break up? This is what I want to know. All right, family. I was told that we are complete. Okay. I thank you for your patience. As you see, this is the way I work. Okay. I had to take my time to get a feel for my cards to make sure they are positioned correctly so I can receive some accurate. Well, let me say this so I can receive some clarity. Let me just say that. Want to make sure my cards are positioned correctly. And please know whatever you see here and here, it is allegedly, okay? Nothing is set in stone, but this reading is based on Zayn and his relationship with Harry, okay? They were bandmates, okay? They were also They were also in a relationship, let me just say that. And they broke up, okay? Um, I'm sitting here doing this reading, and you know what I just feel? I feel love. So they definitely love each other. Let me just say that because I feel it. All right, I feel it. I can feel the love. They definitely have mutual love and respect for each other. Like I said, that card, if you saw the bonding card, the spiritual union card, they definitely have that. Okay, they have a connection, a emotional connection. Let me just say that. So give me a moment here, family. Okay, these cards are not in divine order. Okay, but that's fine. We can still get an insight of what happened in that union. What happened with these two? Why did they break up? Okay, what was the catalyst of these two breaking up? This is what we want to know. Okay. So let's get to it. Now, by this being the True Love reading deck, it has a male and female in here. All right. So I'm going to have to, with each card, I'm going to have to stop to get an idea of who this message is talking about since we're dealing with two guys. Okay. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. I was told by the spirit. I was told by the spirit to turn this back around. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do that with all of my cards. 'Cause I want to make sure my message is coming out right. Okay. So the first card is love. I'm ready to say. I know I'm picking up on love. The first card is love. So they love each other. Okay. Let's just get that out there. They love each other. I was thinking at first maybe one might have fell out of love with the other. Okay. But the fact that they love each other, that was never an issue. Okay. No, one did not stop loving the other. Okay. So they do have mutual love for each other. Let me just say that. All right. All righty. This card right here is upside down. Upward, this is serendipity. When it's upward, okay, and you have to realize this message is not in order. So these messages are going to be all over the place. But try to have ears to hear, okay? With the serendipity card, it represents um, someone in the relationship is hoping for the best, hoping that things will get better in the relationship, okay? There are things going on and they are hoping for the best. This comes upside down. This comes upside down. So whatever jumped off, there was no hoping for the best, okay? There was no hoping for the best. It's pretty much like you go your way and I go mine. And getting back to this card, had it been upward, for instance, if it was Zane, right, and Harry decided to leave Zane, it would be Zane's at standby, hoping that Harry would change his mind, or it would be Harry at standby, hoping that Zane would change his mind. You get it, family? But it was upside down, okay? So obviously they had a spat. Obviously something jumped off in their relationship, and he was like, you know what? I love you, but you go your way and I go mine. This card is upside down. Upward, it is sexuality. It is sexuality. All right, family. My camera hit the shut off. I apologize. So anyway, um, let's left off with sexuality. Now this card right here, inner peace. Okay, it has additional meaning. It speaks of, it say, know that you are unique and valuable. Be yourself and attract the love especially created for you. Okay? So, hint, when he was with Harry, he was being himself, all right. He was being himself. Okay? He was being himself. It also speaks about you are being yourself, you attract love that is specially created for you. Okay? And unfortunately that card was not down, because had it been upside down, it would be the opposite of that message. Okay? So while he was with Harry, he did have inner peace. Okay? He did when he was with him. He had inner peace because they had that bond. Harry Harry understood Zane, okay? This card is upside down. Upward, this is the life purpose card. Trust your own natural intuition, and the genuine wisdom of your heart is here to guide you. Okay? But this card was upside down. During those times in your life when you're not in a relationship or experiencing relationship problems, it can be empowering to remember your greatest life purpose as a being of love. Giving and receiving love is not a actual confined to intimate relationships or family. You can enjoy this beautiful energy anywhere you are by choice. Okay? You have drawn this card today because the universe would like you to experience yourself as a love that you are, that you can feel your higher life purpose firsthand. Trust that love is not an external thing that you must find and keep. It is unlimited and always within you. Okay? Upward, he would be operating in his intuition and trusting, you know, his love. Okay? How he's feeling about someone. All right? Upside down, he's not operating in his intuition, his divine intuition when it comes to that. He needs to realize what he should have realized in that relationship, when it comes to love and being loved, okay? It's not confined. It is not confined. Let me just say that. And I spoke about that earlier, okay? When it comes to that sexuality card, you know, him feeling the need to not express himself. Okay. Zane wants to confine it. Harry doesn't. Okay. Zane wants to be reserved. Harry doesn't. Okay. And Zane was not operating in his intuition when it comes to that. He wanted to keep the way he wanted to keep it confined as far as his expression of love towards Harry, behind the scenes. Let me just say, all right, not out in the open. Maturity. These two definitely had maturity. As the other card that I had did stated, they have emotional bond. They have a spiritual bond. This card is upside down. Upward, this is the garden. Okay. Now, family, a lot of these cards are going to be about Zane. Because I was sitting my attention. I wanted to know why they went their separate ways. Why did they break up? Okay. I'm sensing more than anything, it has to do with Zane. Okay. Zane was the catalyst why these two went their separate ways. This is the garden card. It says, honor yourself as the beautiful person you are, trusting in life as it is. For whatever reason, Zane was not honoring the beautiful person that he was, and he was not trusting in life as it is. Okay, when it came to that relationship, okay, he, I'm sure he was probably sensing that this wasn't gonna last. For whatever reason, he started to have some doubts. Also, this card represents you have drawn this card today because your inner garden is in need of some attention. Be sure to connect yourself to the feminine cycle of nature by spending time in a actual garden and turning into the vibration of the season by enjoying a healthy meal made only from fruits and vegetables that are in season. Basically, the card is saying, he needs to honor himself, do things as far as nurturing himself. You know, pretty much at the end of the day, it's pretty much operating self love. Okay, and at the end of the day, pretty much he needed to operate in some self love and see some value in him. Okay, and I really don't know why he was not feeling that because I sense that Harry was showing it. You know, he was showing his love for him. He was, you know, there for him. You know, if definitely an emotional crush. Let me just say that. Okay, but at the end of the day, Zane was not honoring the beautiful person that he was. To me, it's like he wasn't seeing value in him. And if a person does not see value in them, they have a low self-esteem about them. They don't think of themselves highly. They might see it in somebody else, but not in themselves. And I'm not saying Zane has always been like that, but for some reason, he wasn't honoring himself. This is the dating card. So yes, Zane and Harry, you know, behind the scenes, they were dating. They were going out. When they were in that relationship, they were going out together. They were doing things that couples do. Need I say more? They both had sexual freedom. And I'm saying behind the doors, okay, because you know they only show you so much, all right, out in the public. But behind the door, they did express sexual freedom towards one another. Okay. This card is upside down. I sense this card is pertaining to Zane. I also sense that this is how Harry saw Zane. This is someone, okay? This is the same person. This card says reparenting yourself. This is the same person as an adult and a child. And what they're doing is they are putting the work in, they are healing from the past relationships that has scarred them, from past trauma relationship, whether it be family, friends, or past relations. Okay, they're putting the work in their healing. This is someone who still got some issues. They have not healed yet. They have not healed yet. And I truly believe this is how Harry saw Zane. That's why he was also an emotional crutch for Zane. Okay. And I truly feel that Zane was, you know, in a way reaching out to Harry, you know, speaking up and sharing his deep feelings with him. I don't know how much he told him, but I'm sure Harry was picking up enough to know that that Zane has some issues, you know, and Zane needs to heal. Yes, indeed. But in their relationship, this is how Zane, I'm sorry, this is how Harry saw Zane. He saw him as someone that got some issues and they need to heal. Okay. He needs to reparent himself. He needs to go back and say, I love you, I forgive you. Speak life over himself, period. This is how Harry sees Zane. He needs to heal and face his fears and just deal with his issues. Just deal with it. In that relationship, it was chivalry. It was chivalry behind the scenes. I don't know about the flower and the candy and all of that, but they were definitely both operating in chivalry towards each other. Okay. This right here is the gardener. Upward. Had this card been upward, this is someone who's putting the work in their relationship. When it comes to Harry and Zayn, before they broke up, and I'm sensing it was Zayn more than Harry, Zayn stopped putting the work in. This is someone who's putting the work in, and they are expecting a garden. They are expecting their relationship to flourish, okay, into something more, okay? Long term, I would say long term. This is someone who's not putting the work in. They stopped putting the work in. They probably was doing it before, but they stopped doing it for whatever reason. And yes, allegedly, I'm going to say it was Zane. Zane in all the ways that matter. Zayn stopped putting the work in. Okay, he was not. Zayn was not, shall I say, um, taking time to make sure that relationship would flourish into something more, into something long term. Okay, he just stopped. I'm sure in the beginning he was doing it, but he stopped. And you know, like I know, when you stop, the relationship dies. Just like flowers die if you don't attend to them. You don't if you don't put give them water of life, they will wither and fade. Forgiveness. I'm sure there's been some hurt. Either they both hurt each other or one was hurt in this relationship. Let me just say that many of you probably know more than what I do. I'm just interpreting the cards. But there is forgiveness. There is forgiveness, whether it be Zane or Harry, or they're both feeling the same thing. There is forgiveness. Okay. And that's good. That's a good place because that's definitely healing. If you can forgive somebody, you're definitely healing. Let me just say that. All right. This is the silver waterfall card. Okay. When it comes to the silver waterfall card family, this says stay balanced, healthy, and happy by raising your own vibration. Stay balanced and healthy by raising your own vibration. I sense that this card is pertaining to Zane. Had been upward, this is him putting the work in. He's doing the things that makes him happy, and he is. And when you're happy, your vibration it has risen. Okay, being happy raises your vibration. For some reason, in that relationship, Zane wasn't happy. He got to where he just wasn't happy anymore. And I'm sure, it was due to them having a little spat, a little, fight. I'm sure some disagreements, but something happened in that relationship to where Zane was not happy. Okay? And that's definitely important when it comes to relationship. So anyway, family, I'm ready to end this reading. I don't want to make it real long. I don't want to talk to my butterflies family out there. Um, I don't want to keep repeating myself to where it's like making it seem like you don't understand what these cards are saying. They speak for themselves. Okay, they speak for themselves. Was it love? Yes, it was love in that relationship. Okay, there was no problem when it comes to that because they had a spiritual union. They had an emotional bond. We see this. All right. But something happened in that relationship to where they both just got to where it was like, you know what? I'm not seeing things getting better. All right. I'm not expecting that things are going to get better. You go your way and I go my way. Okay. For the most part when it comes to sexuality, all right, I truly feel it was more Zayn than Harry, all right. Zayn did not want to express himself openly like that, all right. I'm sure he went. I'm sure he went with the flow because he wanted to make Harry happy, and he didn't want to upset Harry. Okay, Harry is the opposite of Zayn. Harry is express himself more freely and open than Zayn. Okay, but it does help Zane because Harry comforts Zane during those awkward moments. When Zane find himself feeling, nervous, and then anxiety kicks in. When Harry picks up on this, the empathy that he is, when he picks up on this, he's there. He comes to the rescue and he's trying to comfort him. And but what I'm saying that's the kind of character that Harry has. Harry is more open. Zane is reserved. When it comes to sexuality, Zane does not want to be open. He does not want to put, as they say, his business out there. Shall I say? Zane is more private. Zane is not as open when it comes to sexuality as Harry is. And I'm sure behind closed doors, when they were having their talks and their little disagreements and their, you know, I just say talks, okay? I'm sure a lot of this came up, okay? I'm sure a lot of this came up. But also in these cards, it speaks about, how Zane needs to heal, how in a lot of areas Zane is not balanced, okay? In a lot of areas, Zane is not balanced. And they also cause a rift in that relationship because it was once balanced, okay? I truly believe that the catalyst of these two um, breaking up had a lot to do with Zane. As far as Zane get to that point, he really didn't know what he wanted. Okay, and he was also confused. I truly sensed this. All right, and Zane did not want to feel misunderstood. Okay, when it comes to his sexuality, he didn't want to feel misunderstood, and not so much of just his sexuality, just the person that he is. Period. Okay, he don't like to come off as being misunderstood. All right, he doesn't like that. But Harry do understands him. All right, but something happened here to where Zane was feeling misunderstood, and who knows, family? Who knows? Maybe Harry, wanted, for him and Zayn to come out as a couple. You know, it's just those two. But if you got somebody who also consider himself liking the opposite sex. If Zayn is like, well, I don't know about this because I like females too. You know, and Harry might not be down with that. Um, I'm not in Harry's head. I'm just going about what these cards are saying. Obviously there was some issues in that relationship. All right. But were they good for each other? I do sense that they are good for each other. Yeah, I do sense that. I really do. Because they definitely had maturity in the relationship. They had maturity in their relationship. Yes, indeed. They had love for each other. Okay. But Harry still saw Zane as a wounded bird. Okay. That needs to be attended to. Someone that has issues and they need to heal from those issues. Let me just say that. And maybe Zane, and I'm sorry, I'm not Zane, but that's how Harry saw Zane. And maybe Harry feels that way because Harry is someone he knows what he wants. Harry pretty much, when he set his sights on, he goes for it. Zane probably coming off iffy, like, unsure. All right. So, anyway. I hope maybe you see some kind of clarity. I just want to get an idea what happened in that relationship. Get an idea why these two went their separate ways. But at the end of the day, they may have went their separate ways, but they still got love for each other. And most importantly, they have operated in forgiveness. Okay, so you don't know what the future holds, family. Who know they might end up finding their way back. Okay. For those of you inquiring minds who wants to know, they might end up finding their way back to each other. But it all boils down to Zane. Zane is trying to find himself. So let him find himself. For those of you who got love for Zane and you want him to be happy, give him time. Pray for him. He's trying to find himself, okay? He's trying to find himself. But I'm telling you right now, I do sense that he is bi. I do say that. I will say that. But um yeah, I do sense that about him. He definitely bi. But when it comes to him putting it out there to the world, that's on Zane. That's on him. That's on his time, within his time, probably. When he feel like he wants to do that. Other than that, he's not going to speak on it, and he's going to stay private about it. Okay. When he put the work in, and he start doing this family, then maybe one day he'll come out. Okay. But until he do it, nope, no. He has to resolve this, whatever this is, that stem from his past traumas, pain. He has to resolve this, okay? Reparent himself, go back in, do some spiritual work, do some healing. So, anyway, I thank you for your love and supporting my channel. I thank you for the donations, okay? That's your way of saying, you know, um, thank you for what you're doing, and we want to show you love. You're doing a good job. So, anyway, I thank you, family, and I appreciate you. Bye for now.